Hi everybody, it's Ellie here with Monty and Millie, and today we're going to do another craft video, and today we are going to learn how to make an elephant out of a milk bottle. I know, so cool. Monty and Millie really like elephants. It's one of your favourite animals, isn't it? Right, so let's learn how to make one. Monty and Millie are going to sit over there and watch, because otherwise they might get a little bit messy because we might be using some paint. So they're going to sit there and then we're going to go through it step by step together. So the most important thing that you need is one of these. So a milk bottle. It'll be better if yours has got a lid. I lost mine, so I'm going to have to improvise. But if yours has got a lid, then keep it, don't throw it away. And then what we're going to do is it doesn't matter what size your milk bottle is, because all that'll do is mean that you've got a bigger elephant or a smaller elephant at the end. So that doesn't matter. So I've got my milk bottle here, and I've also got a pen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line where we need to cut the milk bottle. So you need to cut around here. I'm going to draw a line. You might need Mummy and Daddy's help with this. It's a little bit fiddly. My line isn't very straight. And then make sure that you cut the same around the big bit as well as the handle as well. So try and draw the straightest line you can, but it doesn't matter if it's a little bit squiggly. Mine's a little bit squiggly too. And then put that pen down and get some scissors. Again, get Mummy and Daddy to help you if they're a bit sharp. And then you need to cut around that line there. Okay, so first bit I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the handle. That. Then I'm going to try and cut this bit. Be really careful when you're using your scissors. Okay, there you go. Try and cut on that line that you've drawn the best you can, all the way around until you've got this shape here. Can you start to see the elephant shape a little bit? Maybe we just need some legs. I think that's the next step. So get our pen back again, and then you're going to draw a little archway on either side of your milk bottle. So on this side and on this side, you're going to draw a little archway like this. I'll show you. Can you see that, like that? And then the same on the other side. If this is too fiddly, you could always ask Mummy and Daddy to do this bit for you, and then you can do the decorating bit afterwards. That's a good idea. So you've got an archway like that, and an archway like that on the other side. And then you're going to do the same as you did with the rest of it, and you're going to cut that archway out. I've got really shaky hands. There you go. That's it. And then wiggle it off. And then the same on the other side. Oh, this elephant's a little bit squiggly wiggly, but that's okay because I made him myself. There you go. There you go, see? So they're his legs now. So he's got his front legs here and his back legs here. And what's this? I think it might be his trunk. So where he splashes all the water out. So what I'm going to use for my elephant is I'm going to use some paint to colour him in. But you could use some pens. If you've got some colouring pens at home, that'll be good because it's quite a light surface. So if you use a pen, I think that'll show it really well. Or you could stick some paper on your elephant, the colour that you want him to be. It's completely up to you. Like I said, I'm going to use some paint, so I'm going to do that now. But you do whatever you want to do to colour your elephant in. So I'm using some bright blue paint, so he's going to be bright blue, look. And be really careful, try not to, if you are using paint, try not to splash it around too much because you might get it everywhere. And Mummy or Daddy won't be happy if you get it everywhere. Really careful. This looks so cool. You have to tell me what your favourite animal is. If you're going to do this craft at home, tell me what your favourite animal is, and then we could see, and we could try and think of ways that we could make that animal out of crafts, couldn't we? Be really careful when the way you hold it as well when you're trying to paint it, so that you don't get paint all over your hands. I put my hands, I've taken, obviously I don't have a lid on mine, so I can put my fingers in there and hold it that way, because it means that I don't get the paint all over my fingers while I'm trying to hold it. I'm still going to get some paint on me, can guarantee that, because I'm very messy. But just be as careful as you can. As it's coming up to Christmas as well, you could even make your elephant a Christmas themed elephant. You could decorate him with sparkly things and give him a Santa's hat, couldn't you? There you go. So my elephant's all painted now, so we need to leave him to dry. We don't want to touch it while it's drying. We should think of some elephant names too for what we could name our elephant when it's finished. So the other things that I've got here on my table are, I've got some eyes, some googly eyes. Can you see? They shake like that. So I've got 2 of them. So I'm going to put googly eyes on my elephant. But if you don't have googly eyes, that's fine. Because what you could do is you could get a white piece of paper, and then you get a black pen and you draw some eyes, and then you cut those out and stick them on. That would be a good idea too. And I have one of these, which is a glue gun. So that's how I'm going to stick things onto my elephant when it's dry. But if you don't have one of those, then maybe use some PVA glue. I think that would be the best thing. Or if you don't have that, then a Pritt stick should also work. So just make sure that you've got something to stick all of your bits and pieces down with. So I'm just going to show you everything that I've got while our paint is drying. Shake him about a bit to get him to dry before we can stick things on. So I've got this really cool, I'm going to show you a bit closer, really cool glittery shiny ribbon. Can you see that? And I think I'm going to put that around the lid, because I'm going to make my elephant a hat, because he doesn't have a lid. So I'm going to make him a really cool hat. And the other things I'm going to use for that hat are maybe some of these different bits of paper I've got. So I've got some different bits of paper with different patterns on them. Can you see those? There you go. So I think I'm going to use one of those to make a special hat for my elephant. I don't know which one to use. Maybe this one. So what do I need to do? I think I need to cut out a circle so that I can stick it on his head. If you want to decorate the bottle top of yours separately, then that would be a good idea too. So you don't have to just leave it the colour it was. You could paint it, or you could colour it in with pens, or you can use lots of different bits of paper or felt or anything that you've got at home. You can cut them out and stick it on to make a really fancy hat for your elephant. That's a good idea. My circle shape isn't very good. I'm going to have to cut it again. Look, there you go. That's a bit better. There you go. That's my circle there. And I'm going to put that on his head when it's dry to make a little hat. I tell you what I could also do to make his hat even cooler is I could maybe stick a pom-pom on it. Because I've just seen I've got some pom-poms. I think that would be super duper cool. So let's have a look, shall we? I've got a big pink pom-pom. Can you see that one? Or I've got a purple pom-pom. Or I've got a tiny little orange pom-pom. Or a medium-sized red one. Which one do I pick? I think maybe the pink one. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of my pom-pom. I'm going to squeeze it out using this. It needs to heat up a bit, I think. There's some glue's going to come out in a minute. You have to bear with it. There you go. Did you see that? There you go. And then you pop that down. And if you are using one of those, remember to use the rest that you put it on so that it doesn't stick to your table. And then you stick it onto whatever, stick your pom-pom or your accessories onto whatever it is that you want to stick it onto. So I've stuck mine onto my paper like that. Look, can you see? You see my pom-pom stuck on? And I'll show you what I've done with my glue gun. Here is on a little stand, look, so that the glue, the top bit that's really hot, doesn't go on the table, because that wouldn't be good. Let's check on Mr. Elephant, shall we? Oh, he's drying. He's not quite dry yet though, so I think we can keep making his hat. So I'm going to see if this wraps all the way around. Yeah, just. So that's really cool. So then I'm going to make his hat even taller. When it's dry, I'm going to stick this piece of paper all the way around the top bit. And then I'm going to stick this bit on top. So that makes a super cool hat. I'll show you when he's dry, because I know that me explaining it probably isn't the easiest. But what you could do on his body is whatever you want, couldn't you? You could stick anything on there. You could dress him up, you could draw clothes on him, or you could stick loads of cool bits on him. It doesn't matter, it's completely up to you. He's your elephant or she's your elephant. You can do whatever you like. So I think I'm probably going to stick lots of different pom-poms on my elephant. So I've also got some of these. You could stick these around the bottom to make cool little shoes on his feet, couldn't you? Right, I'm going to stick some of this on here because he's nearly dry. He is dry, I think, actually. So I'm going to put some glue. If you're using PVA, use a little glue stick or a brush to stick your glue on with. To put your glue on with first, and then obviously put your ribbon or your pom-poms or whatever it is that you're sticking on afterwards. And if you are using a glue gun, be careful, because remember, it's very hot. Very hot. Oops, I missed a little bit of glue. There you go. Can you see my ribbon at the bottom now? I need to cut it so that it's not... I'm going to trim it here, like that, and then trim it the other side. There you go. Can you see that at the bottom? It's like he's wearing super cool shoes. It's one big shoe at the back, and then you could do the same on the front as well if you wanted, so that it matched, or you could stick another colour completely or something completely different on there. Or you don't have to stick anything at all. He can have bare feet. Remember to make sure your elephant's dry before you do this, because otherwise you'll get super duper messy hands. Stick, 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 stick. All stuck down. When you use a glue gun, the glue dries really quickly, but remember, if you use PVA or a Pritt stick, it might take a little bit longer. So try not to fiddle with it too much, otherwise it might fall off and you have to stick it on again. You don't want to do that, do you? There you go. Can you see mine now? He's got really cool shoes on. Sparkly shoes on his feet. And I think it's ready to stick. I think he's ready to stick his eyes on. So you want one eye on either side of his body, because this is his trunk here, look. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this first eye here. Whoop. Hold it really carefully, and pick up Mr. Elephant and pop it on the side there, because that's his eye, look. Look. And then we'll do it on the other side as well. Whoop. Pop your glue gun down safely. And then pop that one on there. Wowee, look! Look at his big eyes. And they shake too. And now I'm going to go and work on the hat. So can you see? He's there. You can see him a bit better now. So I'm going to put some glue all the way around the top where the lid is. And if you've got a lid on yours, then you could put the glue on the lid rather than on this bit. So I'm going to put glue all the way around. Like that. And then I'm going to stick the bit of paper that I said that I wanted to put on. All the way around. Whoop. Oh, the glue's getting stuck to my fingers. There you go. He's got a little flowery hat. And now the top of the hat that I made at the very start with the pom-pom on, I'm going to stick that on there. I need some other bits of paper too first because it's a little bit big. So why don't I stick... Bear with me, I'm going to get some different paper. Here we go. I've got a big bit of here and this is felt. So I think I'm going to stick that on top. And then I'm going to stick the pom-pom bit on top again. And I'll show you. I'm really excited to see how all of your elephants turn out. So please send me and Monty and Millie some pictures. Get Mummy and Daddy to take some pictures when they're finished and put them on Facebook or send them to us. And we can have a look at what all of your elephants look like. And what you've called them as well. There you go. Oh, a little bit too big. Need to trim a little bit off. Like that. Carefully does it. Remember, you can do whatever you like with their hats as well. You don't have to copy what I'm doing. Because you might want to make a really cool hat that's completely different. And that's okay. You can do whatever you like. I'm going to stick that on there. And then I'm going to stick the pom-pom bit on too. Wowee! I'm going to show you his hat. Look at this elephant's hat. Isn't that super cool? I want a hat like that. I think Monty and Millie want hats like that too. They're going, yeah. And then you can do whatever you like. So you could decorate him with lots of pom-poms on his back or with some different bits of paper or some sparkles. Oh, you could do whatever you like. And then take a picture and show us. But I think Ellie the elephant is going to have the same name as me because it's an elephant. And I think that Ellie is a really good name for an elephant. So this is Ellie the elephant, and I think she's finished because her hat is so super duper cool. I think if I add anything else on there, it might look a little bit too much. So there you go. I'm going to show you again so you can see what you're copying. So this is our elephant made from a milk bottle. I can't wait to see all of yours, and neither can Monty and Millie. They are so excited, aren't you, Monty and Millie? Remember to take some pictures and show us what you made. See you soon. Bye.